Kamala should focus on what she should have done during the last almost 4-year period. She kept complaining, well, you know, when I'm in, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And at the end of the debate, I said, why don't you just do it? You could leave right now. Why don't you do it?
How many of you all watched the debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what you thought of the debate while you're at it. But for most of us watching the debate, those of us with a brain, we noticed how biased the moderators were. They made it blatantly obvious. Don't get me wrong, we all knew what Trump was getting himself into. We all knew that the mainstream media works against Trump. We knew he was going into enemy territory. We knew the moderators wouldn't be fair. But I did not know that it would be that bad. At his debate against Joe Biden, CNN, of all places, they did a better job with their debate than ABC. ABC, it was like a 3-on-1 debate. And like I said, they didn't try to hide it. You would think at the very least they would try to hide it, but no. There were moments on end where I'm watching the debate, and it was a debate between Donald Trump and the moderators. Kamala Harris is not even on screen. I forgot she was at her own debate. It was really weird. But they were also trying to fact check Trump all the time. By the way, when they were fact checking Trump, they were not fact checking him with facts. They were fact checking him with lies. It's like, if you're going to fact check someone, at least try to tell the truth. Don't tell lies that we can debunk. And I've debunked a lot of these lies over on my main channel, Cinema Shogun. Like the lies about what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. Those things are very real. There's a very big problem in Springfield, Ohio. But they were fact-checking Donald Trump nonstop. And not once did they fact-check Kamala Harris. And in all reality, 90% of what Kamala Harris said were all lies. She has been, or she was, repeating lie after lie after lie that has already been debunked about Donald Trump. The same tired talking points we've been hearing since 2016. Most of this stuff has been fact-checked and debunked already. And the moderators knew that, but no one, not a single one of them, stepped in to fact-check Kamala. So what we're going to do here in this video is we're going to allow Kamala Harris to fact-check herself, okay? We can't depend on ABC to do so. So instead of trying to fact-check Kamala myself, I think you all should hear from Kamala. Listen to how Kamala tells two different stories. One while she's out here doing interviews, and one on the debate stage. Let's take a look.
Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
I support buybacks.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory.
I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States. And in fact, I was the tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases for fracking.
Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office, adding the United States to the list of countries who have banned this devastating practice?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as Vice President, private health care options.
You support the Medicare for All bill, I think initially co-sponsored by Senator Bernie Sanders. You're also a co-sponsor
Yes.
on it. I believe it will totally eliminate private insurance. So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Well, listen, the idea is that everyone gets access to medical care. And you don't have to go through the process of going through an insurance company, having them give you approval, going through the paperwork, all of the delay that may require. Who of us has not had that situation where you got to wait for approval and the doctor says, well, I don't know if your insurance company is going to cover this? Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on.
The United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill, which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime, trying to do their job.
And I think there's no question that we've got to critically re-examine ICE and its role and the way that it is being administered. And the work.
So why couldn't they step in and fact check Kamala? I mean, this is not opinion, right? This is not my opinion. It's not my opinion that Kamala lied. It's a fact. It's a fact. And it's not coming out of my mouth because, listen, when you try to tell people, it's like preaching to the choir. It's like speaking to a brick wall. So I think one of the most effective things you can do is just allow people to listen to the words that are coming out of Kamala's mouth. So we don't need David Muir. We don't need NBC, ABC, any of these news outlets. Kamala Harris can fact check herself. And it will show you how full of crap she really is. But at no point did they ever think about, and at no point was it even an option on the table to fact check Kamala Harris. They brought Donald Trump into this debate. They set him up. I'll admit it. Donald Trump fell for their bait multiple times. He should have known better. But at the same time, we got Trump up against three people. What do you want him to do? If he didn't accept the debate, they would say he's scared. So he has to go in there and allow the freaking moderators to try to tear him apart with lies on national television. And now people like me are working overtime trying to expose that ABC lied while fact-checking Trump and that Kamala Harris lied the entire debate. Because we cannot rely on our media for anything, and that's why it's important for you all to be right here. Because over here, I don't have an agenda. I will try to get you the truth. And I do that on all of my channels. But for now, let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And as always, if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.